Does competition make us grow or destroys us? Does competition make us grow or destroys us? This is the subject of today's discussion. And you may wonder, what has it got to do with enlightenment? Well, you will soon see something new, but it is always going to be uh, helping us in this journey of evolving, growing, climbing, and reaching that highest state that we all are aspiring for. Let us start. Sip Atmanand, Sip Sachiv, Sip Harshal, Sip Ashwin, Sip Ahem Brahma, Rumata Ji, Chotwani, and Deepatma, Sip Rajanand, Siri, Siji, and Hunag, Sip Anand, Gigi, Sita, and Alak, Sip Krishnanama, Samatma, Bliss, Siva, Sip Yogini, Sukhi, Rajkumar, Balasaheb, Sip Siba, Ahem Sip Jyoti, iPhone, Sip Sadanand, Blikor, Mini Air, Anil, Sip Anil, Rekha, Paratima, Girishanand, Sip Sarla, Sagai, and many of you who are still joining the call. I welcome you, and I hope that we will have an interesting conversation on what is competition got to do with spirituality. Uh, this is what we are trying to talk today. Here we go. What is competition? Competition, does it make us grow or does it destroy us? So competition is, you've already obviously had competition in your life. It's not that it's a new subject. You know what competition is. And competition is about winning. I must come first. I am better. I am superior. It is comparison. It is trying to defeat others. It is actually rivalry between people. A fight. I want to get the first prize. I want to push you down. It is getting the reward, the recognition. It is wanting success, achievement. In competition, there is winning or there is losing. So this is a competition that we are talking about. Competition is a struggle. I want to win the game. I want to get a contract. I want to win a contract. I want to win an election. I want to marry somebody. It's a competition. Two guys wanting to marry one girl sometimes. Huh? Sometimes five girls wanting to marry the same one man. Oh, it's competition. So competition is definitely something we all experience. But what is this competition about? Competition is about me. M-E, me, I. I want to win. I must come first. I. And when you talk about me, it is the mind and ego. It bypasses ethics. Therefore, in competition, people say all is fair in love and war. Say all is fair. What are you talking about ethics? Don't talk about ethics. It's a war. It's wartime. You're ready to kill anybody. But ultimately, we become miserable. Ultimately, for one moment, competition makes us achieve. You know, if you tell people initially that there should be no competition, they'll be shocked. What are you talking about? I remember one spiritual leader once was talking to many political leaders, and he told them we should abolish jails. So you got mad? You got crazy? What are you going to do? If you abolish jails, what will happen to the criminals? What will happen to the thieves and the rapists and the murderers? So sometimes an idea, of course, I'm not talking on that topic today, but competition is about success and failure. In competition, somebody wins and somebody loses. If somebody is winning the Oscar award, somebody is losing the Oscar award. So there's always winning and losing. And competition is supposed to foster growth because it creates inspiration, competition. But if you look at it today, what is the cause of all war in the world? What is the cause of all conflict? The entire today, I was having one podcast. I don't know how many of you saw that podcast with Abhishek. I don't know how many of you saw one podcast. He told me, I asked him, what are you seeking in life? He's from the Bollywood industry. He's also a former IAS officer. He said, I want money, power, and fame. And then I asked him, what is the cause for all the misery in the world? And he said, money, power, and fame. So the problem is that competition is like that. It is taking us away from our ultimate purpose. So today I am giving you some food for thought. I want you to think whether there should be competition in our life or not. Because as long as there's competition, I was in competition for many years, for 25 years. 25 years I was competing. And I thought I was growing. But actually, we're not growing. We are going in the wrong direction. Our ultimate goal in life is to break the duality that is between us. And competition creates duality. Competition increases the gap. So today I'm giving you a very different topic. Sad, the whole world is seems to be thriving on competition. Countries, religions, cultures, we are drifting away from the universal oneness, what we call Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We are paralyzed by ignorance of the mind. We are slaves of the ego. I don't know that I told you the story once, the story of the potter. He made an elephant of 6 inches and he made a horse of 12 inches. And the story says they were fighting. Who was fighting? The elephant and the horse fighting. And so the song says, कहानी दो पुतलों की एक हाथी एक घोड़ा मिट्टी के दोनों बने पर लड़ाई कौन बड़ा हाथी कहे मैं बड़ा घोड़ा कहे मैं बड़ा हाथी कहे मैं बड़ा घोड़ा कहे मैं बड़ा पानी में डाला मिट्टी है दोनों फर्क नहीं थोड़ा. The elephant was saying, hey, Mr. Horse, have you seen my size? The horse tells the elephant, hey, Mr. Elephant, you are 6 inches, I am 12 inches. That is what matters. So this is the funny story. And in this song, why I picked this song? Administrator, can you hear me and see me?
All good.
Administrator, just checking.
Yes, okay. Here, all good.
Okay. Okay. So in the song, there is a verse that says, देश विदेश में होता क्यों है लड़ाई और झगड़ा एक चाहता है दिखाए वो दूसरे से है बड़ा लालच से सब है जीते पर स्वार्थ से क्या मिलता मकसद एक है दुनिया में प्रभु को है पाना सच तो ये है कोई मिट्टी नहीं सब तो है आत्मा परमात्मा सब में प्रकट है सब में परमात्मा. What are we competing? There is sip in all. What are we trying to compete for? Who are we trying to compete? We are trying to compete because we want to improve efficiency, excellence, innovation, creativity, global development, better quality of life, lower prices, more choices. Whole world wants this economic growth, and competition is said to be so important for this economic growth. But my dear friends, is this our ultimate goal? Is this our ultimate goal? That is the question you have to ask today, and this can help you in your journey of AFA, awakened to EFE, enlightened. Well, what is competition doing to our spiritual growth? Instead of transcending the lower self and attaining the higher self, I'm writing a new book right now in June. In June, my book I'm writing is Transcend the Lower Self, Attain the Higher Self. What is competition doing? It is making us go in the lower self. It's making us sink. Therefore, it's time to reflect. It's time to eliminate competition in our life. Whoever you are, wherever you are, it may look ridiculous, but we have to eliminate competition if we want peace and we want progress. If you look at the world today, the world is in chaos. India-Pakistan war, Russia-Ukraine. They are trying to be powerful. Israel, Hamas, Iran, terrorism. Where are we heading? They are talking of World War III may happen. We are talking of nuclear disaster. People are afraid of death and destruction. My dear friends, if we want to achieve our ultimate goal, what is our ultimate goal? What is the mantra? Shanti, Anand, Pyar, peace, love, and bliss. If you want moksha, if you want God realization, you have to eliminate competition. For where there is competition, there can be no realization. Only when there is no competition, the world can have peace. And when we have peace, we can discover purpose. So today, I am talking to you with the thought that one day I'll be writing a book on this subject because competition is a roadblock to realization. If there is competition, there can be no realization. In one of the songs I wrote, because in the book I can't sing, but in one of the songs I wrote, दिखने में इंसान एक व्यक्ति तो है पर सच में प्रभु की अभिव्यक्ति वो है वासुदेव कुटुंबकम का अर्थ है क्या ये विश्व जो है एक परिवार है सच में हम ये तन मन नहीं है सच में तो हम आत्मा है परमात्मा है हर जीव में परमात्मा है when you are competing with people what are you doing you're competing with sin you're actually competing with sin and I know it administrator unmute please. Yes, I'm sorry. I lost you all for a few seconds, but that is life. I hope you all can see me and you all can hear me back. Thank you. So in this song, I was just telling you, sometimes when I travel, I'm at the mercy of foreign Wi-Fi. द्वैता अद्वैता में फर्क क्या क्या हम सब एक है या अलग है मैं तुम कैसे हो सकता मैं प्रभु कैसे हो सकता अविद्या में इंसान फंसे है सच में न मैं हूं न तुम हो सच में हम सब तो प्रभु है मुझ में जो शक्ति है तुझ में जो शक्ति है सब में प्रभु की शक्ति है कण कण में प्रभु ही समा है आत्मा तो परमात्मा है हर जीव में परमात्मा है my dear friends this is a very profound subject this is a very profound subject and we have to understand that if we are going to continue with competition you can be sure that ultimately you are not going to achieve anything because in competition, there can be no realization that you and me, we are sick. We have to understand this important point. And right from school, we are taught to compete. We were taught in school, you must come first in class. You must beat that, you must come in the volleyball team, basketball team, cricket team. You should be captain. You should be school captain. We remain a fool because of what we are taught in school. Unfortunately, this is the reality of life. What can we do? What can we do? We can do nothing about it. We have grown up like this. We have grown up, and as long as we have grown up like this, we will reach nowhere. We will win, but we will sin. We will win, but we will sin We will be gone and we will be reborn. We will go from achievement to achievement. We will never reach enlightenment. This is the problem. We will never reach enlightenment. My dear friends, why are we doing this topic today? Competition. Because competition is creating a limitation in our realization. It is making us live at the body, mind, ego, which we are not. It's creating duality, encouraging us to fight. We talk about serve, sip in all, love, sip in all, see, sip in all. How can we see? If we see somebody as an enemy, if we are fighting in competition, we want to fight people, how can we be enlightened? So, my dear friends, spirituality teaches us, spirituality teaches us see, sip in all, love, sip in all, serve, sip in all. But competition is telling defeat all, kill all, beat all. Exactly the opposite. So it is for us to be able to overcome competition, which is creating pride, greed, selfishness. We are creating this, which is ego driven. Spirituality is about love, compassion, forgiveness, oneness. We have to eliminate the ego driven competition. Then we can achieve the divinity that is within. You know what is the mind? Mind is mind, misery, ignorance, negativity, and desire. This mind is creating competition. Mind is destroying peace. The mind, as long as the mind makes you compete, you can't be spiritual. It's time to break free. It's time to stop. It's time to eliminate the disease called competition. What do some of us do? Huh? I'm wearing a new silk sari. Huh? Today, I must look better than the neighbor. I'm wearing silk sari. I should look better than the neighbor. I, who's the I? The I is only the body and mind. Have I told you the story of the retreat, the famous story of the retreat with the balls? In the retreat, the organizer took balls and said, come on, Atmanand, Chotwani, Nichani, Girish, everybody, find your ball. And he threw all the balls. He threw all the balls. Every ball had the name. And everybody is searching. Rajanand is searching. Where is my ball? Rajanand. Alak is searching. Where is my... But nobody's finding the ball. So the retreat organizer, he says, stop it. What does the retreat organizer says? He says, now change the game. Somebody picks up the ball and says, this ball is Rajanand. Where are you? Rajanand says, here. Okay, throw it. Everybody.
You're not audible here. You're not audible.
Administrator, unmute me, please. This is a new drama where I'm getting lost and coming back. But there is no competition in the place. It is just the drama of Wi-Fi. So, my dear friends, let us learn to go beyond competition. Competition takes us to the lower self. Correct? We have to evolve to the higher self. And to grow to the higher self, we need to eliminate competition. This is very, very important. I think my signal is not great. I don't think you can see me. I'm not sure if you all can see me well enough. But I hope you can hear me. Competition causes duality. And this stops us from realizing that we are all one. So, my dear friends, should I shift my location, administrator, or can you hear me?
As of now, it's okay.
I'm moving to my different device. I hope this device is better, administrator.
Yes,
Can you see me? Can you?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I was just completing my talk and I have to take over the question because today's questions are very interesting. I hope that you can ask me questions. And so competition is binding us in samsara. What is competition doing? It is binding us in samsara. And because of competition, we cannot attain moksha. The biggest problem in spirituality is this. The whole world is running after race, trying to be an ace in this chase. We can be an ace, but we cannot live with grace. We'll be caught in the maze. We are caught in achievement. There is no enlightenment. So, my dear friends, what did I tell you today? I hope the signal was good. I'm not sure, but what did I tell you today? Today's talk was all about not believing that competition is good for our spiritual journey. Competition is very bad. When will we be awakened to that truth? Right? Competition is boosting the lower self. It stops us from going to the higher self. If you want to reach the higher self, you have to eliminate competition. And what any type of competition in your life. And if you are shocked today, ask me questions. If you're doubting, what should I do? What type of competition? Any competition in your life, please bring it forward to me today. Any competition in your life, so that I can guide you to move out of competition. Next Friday, one of the participants here sent me their live presentation, and I was inspired to talk about what's called a journey from unlearning to learning. So what am I doing? I'm talking about a journey from unlearning to learning. This is my talk for next Friday. Administrator, I am feeling bad about the Wi-Fi, but I hope we can move forward. Let's start with questions.
Ashwin.
Yeah, you please call the names out so that I don't have to struggle. Ashwin.
Guruji.
Yes, Ashwin, sure.
This is a very good subject because in my youth, I'm a very old man. So in my youth, competition I worked on was academic. So I always needed to do the best in the class, in the college, and even in the exams, and have to come first. Then in the sports, I had to really be better golfer than anybody else. In career as well, it was always trying to climb the ladder. But I am not worried about all those competitions now at my age. Having said that, the competition that I am worried about is my inner competition. Inner. One of the subjects that you talked on was how does one get from lower self to higher self? And the thing is, competition can be mirrored for self-growth in a number of ways. But the trouble is, but it would comfort somebody for the inner growth. But the trouble is, can you hear me? Anyway, I think I've lost you.
Yes, the trouble is, I lost you when you were saying the trouble is. The trouble is.
Well, I'll sum it up in a lesser sentence.
Yeah, your connection is not good. Why don't you move out?
Administrator, can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not it's coming and going. Why don't you move out?
No, now I've moved to a new data. Now is it okay?
No, it's still not okay.
Okay, let me move out. Just a moment. So Ashwin, you have to summarize. You are trying to summarize it. I hope we will now administrate. I hope it's clear now. Is it
Yes,
clear?
it's better.
Yeah. Okay, Ashwin.
Well, in my journey, it's not the question of I want to outshine anybody else, but I want to. My opponents are. I talked to you a few weeks ago. I don't know when, about fear. The other one is laziness, or it could be pride, which is again ego. But how does one really deal with inner competition and outgrow the situation and do better in life in terms of to embark on the spiritual journey in a better way?
No, we don't. The whole path is different. The whole path is what we speak about: peace, still the mind. The way to do it is to focus on: am I the body? Am I Ashwin? This is the way. There is no other way. And the result will be that what you're seeking to overcome these negative emotions, to overcome the negative emotions, the I must awaken. All the problems will solve. You spoke about fear, right? You said one more emotion. You said fear, and you said,
Well, sometimes laziness.
You're
Pride.
lazy, for
Pride is
example.
another one. Pride.
All these, Ashwin, all the problems come from ME. All the problem comes from ME, the mind and the ego, which thinks when you look at the mirror, you think that's the one I see. But in reality, that's not me. Everything, whether it's pride, whether it's fear, whether it's lazy, the inspiration will come if you realize I am God, I am SIP. You can't be lazy. So I'm asking you with a lot of confidence. I'm saying stick to the journey of who am I. That's all you need to do. You get me? You have doubted what I'm saying?
I don't have a doubt in that, but with the way I explained to you, I do want to outgrow my limitations and the limitations that I talked to you about. But very importantly, as soon as this Zoom call is over, I made notes and everything, and then listen to some of your past Zoom calls and everything, and make notes and everything. But what happens is, you know, that famous thing that you told a couple of weeks ago: ABC, accept, do your best, and to surrender. And I'm trying to apply that in a daily basis. So, answer to your question is, I do try and focus on who I am and all that what you just mentioned, but there are limitations.
So I must tell you that this journey is not as easy as it appears to be. But this journey is 100% possible. This journey is 100% doable. And this path is 100% right. There is no 99% here. It is for you
Right.
to say, I trust, I am going to follow this path. Because Ashwin, the problem is in Ashwin. Being Ashwin, being the one you've been conditioned for the last 50, 60, 70 years, I don't know how many years, you've been conditioned to look
80.
and say, this is me. Huh? 80.
But I'm nearly 80, yeah.
Yeah. So, I was lucky. I got conditioned till 48. What is my next Friday's topic? My next Friday's topic is unlearning to learning. So it's
Very
not
good
late.
one.
Suppose you tell me, I'm going to be 80. Can I unlearn now? You can. 100% you can, because it is awakening. It is not about actually, and this unlearning business is about just trusting the awakening process. That is all it needs. Okay, so
There's lot of competition though, isn't it? Inside, in here, or in here.
tell me one. Okay, tell me who's competing inside you?
Myself,
With whom?
with me again.
So try to find out who is competing. That's good. Now look, you write this down, Ashwin. Take a sheet of paper and write down who is competing inside me. And the truth is, you're not competing with you. You're competing with what is outside of you. The one inside you is competing with the one outside you. The one competing inside you is caught in ME, the mind which is causing the ignorance. Actually, you and me, we don't need to be better. You must be laughing with what I'm saying, but my dear friends, we don't need. Can anybody tell me the reason why we don't need to be better? Anybody? You, Ashwin, can you answer why we don't need to be better? Do you know that?
Well, we're already there. We don't have to worry about anything else.
No, but the one inside you is wanting to be better. For example, wanting to become better, right? So why is it not needed? Because you are already SIP. You are already the supreme immortal power. The problem is you don't realize it. The moment you realize it, you will surrender.
I was going to say SIP because I wrote that down, but then I thought I'm probably not there yet. If you follow,
you are whether you are there or not there, you are SIP. Whether you agree or you don't agree, you are SIP.
Got it.
Now it's only a matter of you catching hold of the root, which is the truth, and not letting the one inside you, the ME, the mind and the ego, that is the biggest enemy. Actually, we have three problems: BME, the body, which is the five senses, the mind, toxic thoughts, the ego, which says I, which wants to compete. We need to move away from this. Okay, good, Administrator.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Karma.
Yes, Karma.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
Doing well today, even though there's so many challenges with internet. But I'm so glad you put up this topic, competition or not. I am a believer of collaboration. I'm not even competing with myself. I believe in constantly improving. There is no competition. But there is a challenge that I face when other people start competing with me. I don't want to be in competition with anybody. I want to collaborate, especially in work culture when I'm working in a certain place, uh, and I sense competition. I kind of try to backtrack because for me, my peace is very important, and there have been few instances in the past uh, where I have actually left that workspace only because that I was not able to handle the other people trying to be in competition with me, trying to create a lot of nonsense, and it was just not me. But how I can't keep doing that. It happened multiple times. So what should I change in myself that I'm able to handle this kind of thing? I'm not competing, but I can't stop the other person. I can't change the other person. So how do I handle a situation like that?
By being in consciousness of the non-dual nature of the world. Because what sometimes, even yesterday somebody said, who are the others? There are no others. For example, my right hand and my left hand, there's no other. One is my right hand, one is my left hand. It's not easy to reach that state of conditioning. But when we are able to see, that is exactly called God realization, the highest level, right? How do you reach that level of self-realization and God realization? It's two steps. You can't achieve both the steps at the same time. First,
True, but
that we are,
sorry, in that meantime, till I am in that transition, I will have to deal with people who are in this materialistic world. They would not understand this. Let's just say I'm dealing with somebody very ignorant. Of course, they don't understand what is the meaning of collaboration. They just have this conditioning of competition, like you explained in the beginning of your call, that everybody is like, okay, me first, me first, me first, kind of, or me special. I can't change that in them. But how do I
you don't
work
have to.
around them so I don't have to leave the spaces which I like to be in, and just because they snatch my peace and I kind of get disturbed. So how do I handle that?
So first of all, don't get disturbed. Be in consciousness. What do we talk about being in consciousness? Being in consciousness means jatna karma. See,
बहुत मुश्किल होता
the whole,
है.
the whole, the
Sorry,
whole
yeah, go ahead.
challenge of life, the whole challenge of life is to be established in consciousness. If you for example, if there's a drama going on, you're not going to compete with the people who are doing the drama on the stage. I know you will say that it's difficult because it's in your work space and you have to interact with them on a day-to-day basis, and you have to react with them and you have to interact with them. You have to do your best in your consciousness. You do your part. Let them do what they want to do. You do your part.
But then, true, absolutely, I agree with that. I totally agree with that, and I try to do that as well. I'll just leave them as it is. But I'm sure you would understand that sometimes in certain work situations, people create certain situations which will kind of, I have been made the bad guy, basically. And I don't like, I
Well,
can't
karma,
justify anything, right?
ultimately it's a lila, no. Ultimately it's
Yeah,
Maya.
it is definitely. But
Then
then जब तक material world में है तब तक नुकसान होता रहता है, तो उसको कैसे
uh,
मैनेज करें?
so to handle it to the best you can. This is what is called the testing phase. The nesting phase, the testing phase, the arresting phase. Then only you will come to the cresting phase. In this, I learned some long back in life. These are the different phases of life. The nesting phase, then the testing phase, then the arresting phase, and ultimately you reach the cresting phase. But principle has to be clear. Is the principle clear? I refuse to compete.
That is
I am
clear
not
from,
going to compete. Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
has always been clear. There's no challenge there at all. It's just obviously because I can't control other people. Then when I say other people, no othering per se, but in workspaces, that becomes kind of a challenge for me. And sometimes it's so difficult that I just have to remove myself completely from those places so that my peace is intact and I don't like
we
kind
can
of divert.
we can get into more nitty-gritty, but I'm only telling you in principle. In principle, no competition. In principle, nothing matters. In principle, even if even if I lose something, it's okay. Ultimately, in the universal laws, we will not lose. I'm asking you, if I am giving in to somebody, it's not easy what I'm saying. It's tough, okay? But suppose you are competing with me, and I give in to you. So who did I give in to?
Sip,
And if I give in to SIP, I'll lose or I'll win.
I'll always win.
Think about it. Think,
Yeah.
think a little deeper. This is the way karma, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
And it's not easy. I'm not telling you it's easy. Administrator next.
Atmatre.
Yes, Adbatre.
Sure, sir. Sir, before coming in this group, I was in another spiritual group, and my friend, I have competed with my friend who will get enlightened first, he or me. We are debating or discussing and trying our best.
And then
Huh. So, but today I feel the competition is not necessary.
there is no competition, Admatre. Enlightenment is not a competition.
Okay. But due
It
to
is
the
not
competition, we
people.
are doing our hard. We are doing our sadhana on the top priorities.
Competition will not help you to do your sadhana better. Competition will create duality. The moment you create duality, how can you succeed? Please tell me, Atmatai, so much
Yes,
you have
yes.
learned in
Ha
this
ha.
call. You please tell me, if there's duality, can you be enlightened?
No, no.
Then how can how can you have competition for enlightenment?
Okay, okay. We
You
was
are competing. You are competing with SIP.
okay, Santa.
If
Yes,
you
yes,
compete
yes.
with SIP, can you win the battle?
No, no, no.
Is there any doubt? Everybody is SIP. You have a doubt, or you are clear? Everybody is SIP.
No, no. Ha.
You are clear, or you have any doubt?
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next, please,
Yes.
administrator.
Okay.
Administrator, who's next?
SIP.
Yes, Prakash. Yes, Prakash.
Guruji, can
Yes,
you hear me?
Namaskar. Yeah, I can hear you very well now.
For the first peak of achievement, competition is necessary. For the second peak of fulfillment, competition has to be eliminated. And for the third peak of enlightenment, we have to proceed towards cooperation. And by cooperation means we have to see SIP in all, serve SIP in all, love SIP in all.
Good. Very good. See, as long as you don't eliminate competition, you are right. Even fulfillment is not possible. Because fulfillment is all about peace. Fulfillment is all about satisfaction. Fulfillment is all about contentment. And I'm asking you a question. Do competition and contentment go together?
Never.
Therefore, the moment you have competition, you can't have peace of mind.
Right.
Forget about enlightenment. Enlightenment is far away. But how many people go and tell outside this call somebody, they will laugh at you. They will say you're a fool. What are you talking? It's not easy to understand the importance of eliminating competition. I don't know whether my talk was clear by 20 minutes, though you could not hear me much. Do I have to repeat any part of the talk, Administrator? You think was it clear, or should I have to repeat any part? Prakash, you heard my talk was clear or not?
Absolutely clear.
Okay. See, because Prakash, what you're saying is very correct. I'm only endorsing what you're saying. Competition makes a difference between you and me. If the moment there is you and me, how can we be God? God realization is impossible.
Right.
Good. Very well said, Prakash. Next, Administrator.
Mohan Pujar.
Yes, Mohan Puja. We have 11 minutes for those who want to ask questions, 10 minutes. Mohan, then they have got, I think, Ahmatma, Jata Shankar, 2 more. But
Guruji,
anybody wants questions, 10 minutes to go. Yes, Mohan.
Guruji, we are living in a materialistic world. So in
Yes.
materialistic world, competition is part and parcel of, materialistic world. How do
Yes,
we
yes.
overcome, this materialism, and how do we come out of, this competition?
You don't come out, then you have to be, you will go and you will come again, and again you will go, and again you will come, and again you will compete, and again you will go, again you will come, again you will compete. So you want to do that?
No, not at all, Prabhuji. Not at all.
Then you have to realize, what are you, I'm asking a question. In the material world, competition is there. I agree. I was
Right.
in that world for 25 years. So you think you have to teach me, or I understand?
No, you have to teach me, Guruji. No,
So
one
go
more
ahead.
thing, I just wanted to add, see, I think, comparison and competition go, along with each other. There should not be any comparison also. When we talk of,
All-
competition,
They're
there
all
should not be
same
any
family.
comparison. Yeah,
They're all part of the same family.
yeah.
Comparison, competition, they're all same family.
Right.
You have been in this call for how long, Mohan?
Yeah.
How long you
No,
attending this call?
No. I'm, only 3 or 4 sessions and I have attended. One more thing I
So
just wanted to ask you, what is SIM stands for? SIM. SIM stands for what?
not SIM, SIP, SIP.
Oh, yeah. Can you please tell me Guruji, what it stands for?
SIP means Supreme Immortal Power. What you call God, we don't call God in this call. We call SIP.
Right. Okay. Let me jot down,
Because
please.
God, in the moment we say God, we think of Krishna, Shiva, we think like that. But
Yeah.
all these names are not important. There is only one God. That God is SIP, Supreme Immortal Power. Does not belong to any religion.
Yes. Yes.
How
But
did you join this call? Who brought you to this call?
No. Somebody referred me to to join this group. I read a couple of your books. Somehow I got motivated. I just wanted to be in this group.
Very good.
Yeah.
And where do you live?
No, I live in Bangalore, Prabhuji. I live in
Okay.
Bangalore.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So please, a few more days when you attend the call, the concepts will become more and more clear.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. But the material world is not the way to achieve our ultimate goal.
Right, Guruji. I understand that.
If you continue in the material world, you will be suffering, and you will die, and you will come back, and you will not attain moksha.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mohan.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next, unmute administrator.
Shankar.
Yes, Jata Shankar. And then Ahmatma.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार. बोलो जटा शंकर.
सर एक्चुअली मुझे एक चीज समझना था कि शिवलिंग और जो सगुण साकार होते हैं और एक निर्गुण साकार जो भगवान का रूप है, उसमें एक पे जल अभिषेक करते हैं, दूसरे पे जल अभिषेक क्यों नहीं करते हैं? कुछ इस पे बता सकते हैं आप?
तो शिवलिंग पे जल करते हैं और किस पे? शिव जी की मूर्ति पे अभिषेक नहीं करते हैं.
हाँ, जैसे जो जिसमें मनुष्य जैसे होते हैं ना, शिव जैसे सर्प वगैरह बना होता है, उस पे तो नहीं करते हैं. बाकी जो एक शिवलिंग जो अंडे के आकार का होता है ना, उस पे जल अभिषेक करते हैं. तो लिंग पुराण के अनुसार तो हाँ, इस पे
एक बात मैं बोलूं, जो कई लोग हैं वो मूर्ति की अभिषेक करते हैं, कई लोग शिवलिंग की अभिषेक करते हैं, कई लोग अपने गुरु की अभिषेक करते हैं. तो ये अभिषेक करने का मतलब ही क्या है? आप बताइए मुझे, अभिषेक का मतलब क्या है? बताइए मुझे.
मैं एक जगह वीडियो देखा था कि बताते कि समुद्र मंथन हो रहा था, तो जब विष निकला था तो भगवान शिव ने उसको अपने कंठ पे रख लिया था, तो उसके शरीर से बताते हैं पसीना निकला, तो देवता लोगों ने उनके उस शरीर पे जल चढ़ाने लगे, जिससे कि उनको ठंडक प्रदान हुआ. तो भगवान शिव ने उस टाइम उनको ये बताया कि आप इस तरीके से हमारे शरीर पे अगर जल करोगे तो मैं आपके जीवन के रूप में जो विष होगा उसको मैं ले लूंगा. इस तरीके से तो इस वजह से
अगर हम इन सब बातों में विश्वास करेंगे तो मुक्ति नहीं पा सकते हम.
मतलब इसके पीछे मैंने
बिकॉज हम इन सब बातों में उलझ जाएंगे.
अच्छा,
हमें इन सब बातों से दूर रहना है.
जी.
जटाशंकर, आपने खुद कहा कि आप बहुत सालों से भटक रहे हैं, ये ढूंढ रहे हैं, वो ढूंढ रहे हैं.
एक्चुअली एक ऑफिस में एक व्यक्ति ने मेरे से आज ये क्वेश्चन कर लिया, तो मैं इस वजह से प्रश्न पूछ लिया.
मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ, आप हर इंसान में भगवान है. आप हर इंसान की अभिषेक करो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. बिकॉज हर शिवलिंग में, हर पत्थर में भगवान है. तो पत्थर की अभिषेक करो, शिवलिंग की अभिषेक करो, मूर्ति की अभिषेक करो, इंसान की अभिषेक करो, कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. अभिषेक का मतलब है हम अपने आप को न्योछावर कर रहे हैं. ये है अभिषेक का मतलब. ना के मंथन, ये सब स्टोरी सुन के हम कहाँ पहुंचेंगे? कहीं नहीं पहुंच सकते हम. द जर्नी ऑफ लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट. ये जिंदगी जो हमें मिली है बहुत कम दिनों की मिली है. कम जितने साल है हमारे को, हमें सच का एहसास करना है, भागना है, आगे बढ़ना है, पार होना है. ये सब बातें से हम अटक जाएंगे. ओके. Yes, administrator, I think it's Ahmatma. Ahmatma, then we have Motorola and Mohan Pujari. We'll stop with these three, please.
Yeah, good evening, Guruji.
Yes,
actually, I don't see anybody as a competitor in this world. Actually, I have started improving my skills and in the area of my specialization. Actually, if we start upgrading ourselves rather than competing with the others, we already eliminate the competition. and we will become the number one in our field. जो भी जितना भी लोग जलस करेगा, हमको नीचे गिराने के लिए कोशिश करेगा, कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता. As you always used to say in our meetings, when the dogs are barking, the moon is shining. No, that is the principle. I follow it. One another thing also I wanted to say is that the watching of the previous Ask AiR meetings of ourselves has helped me to a larger extent. Actually, I could able to see the entire life as a dream. Whenever I go in a car or a bus or whatever is that, I could able to establish with all your blessings and other things. My answer to our today's this thing is that by upgrading our skills in the area of our specialization, by continuous learning, in whichever field a person is, automatically, rather than competing with others, we eliminate the competition. Nobody can compete with us. We will be in the top.
Please read Adi Shankara's Bhaja Govindam. Have you heard Bhaja Govindam?
Yeah.
In Bhaja Govindam, what he says in Bhaja Govindam?
Drukni, something like that. मरने के समय ते grammar जो पढ़ना है तो अच्छा नहीं है.
Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Muramatai. Means he says, oh fool.
Yeah.
Oh fool. Why are you going anywhere else other than Govind? You don't need to do anything else. So, Apatra, a very beautiful thing I'm asking you. It is very beautifully video. I think this of Chinmayananda. If you can look in YouTube, I'm asking you, Bhaja Govindam by Chinmayananda. It's very beautifully explained. Okay, we have to close. We have got Abha also joining. Thank you. Motorola, Abha and Mohan Puja.
Hello.
Yes.
To all. Yeah. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे कर्मा थे उन्होंने पूछा सिमिलर टू दैट एक्चुअली ये जो मतलब कंपटीशन होता है कॉर्पोरेट में अभी फिलहाल उससे तो जैसे हमारा पेट भर रहा तो मैं ज्यादा कुछ एक्सपेक्ट तो नहीं करता उससे बट मेरा सवाल ये है कि अगर मतलब जैसे वो बोल रहे थे कि कोई आपको ज्यादा ये कर रहा है प्रोवोक कर रहा है या फिर कंपटीशन के लिए मतलब ऐसे नहीं बट इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए आप बोल सकते हो मैं उसको पॉजिटिवली लेता हूँ मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम तो मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये ऐसा मतलब शिप का व्हील है या फिर हमें जो है होने देना है ऐसा या टेम्पररी सिचुएशन है.
No, I could not hear you very clearly. Your voice is cracking. But I think, देखिए, कंपटीशन का मतलब है मैं और तुम. कंपटीशन का मतलब जब मैं और तुम आ जाते हैं मतलब हम संसार में फंस गए. आध्यात्म जीवन में मैं और तुम अलग नहीं है. मैं और प्रभु अलग नहीं है. तो कंपटीशन, एनी फॉर्म ऑफ कंपटीशन, कोई भी कंपटीशन हो, कंपटीशन हमारे जीवन में आते ही हमें नीचे पुल कर देता है. हमें समझना है कॉम्पीट, यू कैनॉट कॉम्पीट अलोन. द मोमेंट यू आर कंपीटिंग विथ योर सेल्फ, दैट मीन्स योर माइंड एंड ईगो इज कम इन टू बींग. दिस व्हाट अश्विन ने पहले बात किया कि mind and ego is our enemy. We should not let it even compete. We are not even here to compete with ourselves because we are ship, we are the divine. आप समझ रहे हैं? आपका नाम तो नहीं है, मैं आपको मोटरोला बोल रहा हूं. तो हम प्रभु से compete नहीं कर सकते हैं because हम और प्रभु अलग अलग नहीं है, हम एक ही है. ठीक है? और आपका कनेक्शन कुछ क्लियर है. एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर दे मोटरोला वांट्स टू क्लैरिफाई दे कैन, अदरवाइज आबा मोहन पुजार, बट इफ मोटरोला वांट्स टू क्लैरिफाई. हाँ जी, बोलिए.
हाँ तो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ वो मतलब कभी ऐसा लगता है कि ये खुद का व्हील है या फिर मतलब खुद का ही व्हील लगता है मुझे. और जैसे कभी अगर इस सिचुएशन में फंस जाता हूँ तो मैं नॉर्मली भजन वगैरह सुन के नॉर्मल कॉन्शियस में आ जाता हूँ. तो ये सही है या मतलब और या फिर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि फिर ये इसके लिए ज्यादा टाइम देना ही नहीं है हमें मतलब स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी पे ही रहना है.
अगर हम कंपटीशन में फंस जाते हैं, फिर भजन सुनना पड़ता है, फिर मेडिटेशन करना पड़ता है, इससे अच्छा है हम कंपटीशन में पड़े ही नहीं, हमें फंसना ही नहीं है. बाकी कल आप पूछ लीजिए. आज का कनेक्शन, आई अपोलोजाइज टू ऑल ऑफ यू दैट टुडेस कनेक्शन हैज बीन, टुमारो आई विल ट्राई टू फाइंड अ बेटर कनेक्शन. थैंक यू आभा एंड मोहन पूजा.
Sorry, not a question, just a comment, because it makes me so sad to see competition. And I love that Ubuntu, which the Africans do. You know, they have no competition. They were told, there's a beautiful story about Ubuntu. I don't know if you've heard that term.
No, you can send it to me. You can WhatsApp it to me if you can.
Okay. But I was just thinking that human nature is such of competition. And the only learning is through interrelationship. We don't even treat, we are into suppressing, even conquering even nature. And this is why the world has become what it has today, you know, collective consciousness, because we are just into power game and competition.
And the whole world is in disaster only because of competition. But Abba,
Exactly.
competition is where is competition rooted in?
I beg your pardon?
Where is competition rooted?
Oh, in the mind and ego.
And there is no mind and ego.
Yes,
so you understand.
exactly.
You understand.
Yeah. But if we had that realization, there would not be any competition, and we would be one with nature and everybody. You know?
So there are two ways, Abba, there are two ways to do, right? One, to transcend the mind and ego, and therefore there is no competition.
Correct.
And the second, to try to eliminate competition and realize that there is no mind and ego.
Correct. Both.
So
both
you can.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. That is the journey.
Yeah.
That is the journey of unlearning, your next topic.
Yeah, next Friday we'll come to that. Okay, we have to close now. No more hands up. Mini AiR and Mohan Pujar. We have little time. We'll close after Mini AiR and Mohan Pujar. Yes, Mini AiR.
So competition is a natural phenomena. Even we were born before, millions of sperms run to one egg to fertilize it. So competition is within us. So where do we go? Even in the nature, survival of the fittest is there. So for the resources, the greatest competition is already there in the nature. That's what I want to say.
My answer to your two questions. The second question, the competition will be there in the animal world because they are animals. So we are not animals. Point number one. And the second one you said, the way creation has been done for millions of sperms to go into one egg, that is a magic. We can't call that competition. That is the magic of creation.
But one sperm fertilizes the egg out of the million.
This is where who is making you fooled by this thought? It is your mind. Your mind is telling you.
What scientific phenomena it is called as a thing, but you can say with the nature magic it is. Yeah.
I'm not denying that.
Yes.
But that does not mean that we should compete.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I was thinking that is imbibed to us.
See how you came forward with the scientific thinking of two reasons. Now, who's bringing these two reasons to you?
Mind.
So as long as
what I've learned, I have to unlearn. That's the thing for spiritual purpose.
So your whole analysis is about unlearning to learning, right? Your whole analysis. So Mini AiR, as soon as we let go of competition, then only there will be realization.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there cannot be realization.
Yeah, true.
Mohan Puja, last comment. Thank you. Last comment, Mohan Puja.
To be, yes. Guruji, what I feel is that, this idol worshipping, chanting of mantras or bhajans or whatever your faith, is it will further lead, to manifestation towards SIP. Is my understanding correct? I think, only out of awareness, we can get rid of, the competition. Coming back to today's subject, topic, competition, only out of awareness, deep within ourselves, we can come out of competition. Otherwise, we'll get lost, in this materialistic world. We'll get lost, in the rat race. I want this, that thing. It will continue. Isn't it, Guruji?
No, what you say is correct, and that's the last comment. Thank you, Administrator. What about Mohan? What you're saying? We need that awareness, and for that awareness, sometimes you need mantra jap or you need bhakti, but it has to grow beyond bhakti. You need jnana. you need awakening, you need realization. But more, you can continue asking these questions from tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have a topic, and Sunday is open topic. Let me spend 2 minutes to close today's discussion. Normally, if my connection was very bad, I would be so disturbed. I would be so disturbed and saying why the connection is bad. But as we evolve in this journey, we surrender. As we evolve in this journey, we accept. As we evolve in this journey, we let go of competition. Because competition is that of the lower self. What is the lower self? The lower self is the body, mind, and ego. As long as we are caught in the body, mind, and ego, we are going to suffer. Now, that does not mean we have to stop living. We are living as body, mind, ego. We have no other option, because as long as we are the body has to live till the body will die. But the journey of life is to eliminate competition, reach that state of purification, illumination, realization, liberation, and unification. And for this, we have to eliminate all those things which become roadblocks. So this is a divine call, and I'm grateful to all of you to have patience. Even sometimes the connection is not good. We have to accept, we have to surrender. And I'm grateful the last half an hour we were able to get a better connection. And I'm hoping that we will all continue to evolve. We will be free from competition. We will reach that state of collaboration, because it is only when we see the divine in all, we love SIP in all, we serve SIP in all, that certifies. It is a certification that we have gone beyond competition. And when you go beyond competition, then you love all, you serve all. Despite it may be losing a little bit, you still love and serve all. With folded hands, I bow down to you. Thank you.